This is Sivan Shankar Swain, lecturer of Government Polytechnic Kendrapada. I would like to teach you something about single phase induction type energy meter. First of all, we discuss about what is energy. Energy is the power consumed over a certain time period. That is called as energy. Let's discuss about energy and its formulas. Energy equal to power into time, and we also told that energy equal to integration of 0 to t p to dt, and we also 0 to t p equal to vi plus 5 dt. तो हम जो एनर्जी मीटर unity, the unit of energy is joule. We also it called as its unit is watt second, because P is equal to VI equals by VI volt current. It's known as V for voltage and I for current, and cos phi is the power factor between voltage and current. So ये power factor watt का P है watt for time period T dt called as second. Its unit is also called as kilowatt hour, because second also converted to hour and watt is also converted to kilowatt. Okay, then we should discuss about what is kilowatt hour. If we consume one unit, if we consume 1 hour of power, if we consume 1 unit of power over a, if we consume 1 hour, if we consume 1 kilowatt of power in 1 hour, 1 kilowatt of power in 1 hour, then it called as 1 unit. In energy meter, we have to calculate how much unit of power it can consume. It means that how much energy we have to consume or utilize is shown as unit. It is also known as 1 kilowatt. 1 kilowatt also converted out 1000 watt. It means 1000 watt of power we have to consume in 1 hour. It is called as 1 unit. 1 unit. If we increase the number of units, it means that there is a number of hour we have to consume much power, because if the number of hours is increased, if the number of hours we have to increase, then we have to use more number of loads like fan, tube lights or TV machine. Then number of units is increasing. Then number of units is increasing. It means that more power we have to consume. If it is kept as 100 unit of power, 100 unit, it means that in power distribution company known as TPCOD, it can charge up to about something 1 to 50 units. It can be charged some other type of tariffs, and if the units is increasing to 50 to 100, it can have other units of tariff. First 1 to 50 units, it has other level of tariff such as change such as forward 5 up to 5. But if the number of units is increasing, then the direct rate is also increasing. It also has 5 point something or 6 point something. So we have to assume that we have to decrease the number of unity by turn off our fan, AC or tube light. Okay. Then we have to study about what is energy meter. What is energy meter? Discuss about what is energy meter. Single phase induction type energy meter. First of we discuss about our circuit diagram, then this construction part, and after that we should discuss about working principle of energy meter. We gave the AC supply to the series shunt magnet and the series magnet. First of all, we gave single phase supply to the single phase supply to the shunt magnet. After that, we have give the supply to the series magnet. It is called as shunt magnet. And it is called as series magnet. First of all, we get the supply to the shunt magnet, and there is a current supply to the pressure coil. It is known as pressure coil. We get the supply V. We take the current I2. It consists of two coils. One is pressure coil, another is current coil. In pressure coil, the supply voltage is in parallel to the pressure coil, so it is called as the shunt magnet. It is called as the shunt magnet, and the current coil is series to the load, and it is also series to the supply. So it is called as the shunt series magnet. Here current is cell and here voltage is from cell. If we apply a supply voltage, this current would proportional to the supply voltage. Okay. After that, it has two types, one is series and another is shunt. Construction part. First is driving mechanism and second is rotating mechanism. Rotating mechanism, and third is braking mechanism. The last one, fourth is registering mechanism. In driving mechanism, we have two magnets, one is shunt magnet and another is series magnet. It has shunt field and it has more number of turns, and in series magnet it has less number of turns. If more number of turns is there, then inductance will be more. Why? Because L is proportional to N square. If number of turns will be more, then the inductance will be more. So it is called as, so it is also called as inductive coil. So it has more inductive or less resistive, or it has higher resistive, low inductive. So that is a proper setting. And after that, there is a rotating mechanism. Rotating mechanism consists of aluminum disc. Rotating mechanism consists of aluminum disc, which is kept in between shunt magnet and series magnet. Shunt magnet and series magnet, where aluminum disc is connected to the spindle. After that, braking mechanism. In braking mechanism, there is a permanent magnet which is kept near the side edge of the aluminum disc. Okay, near the side edge of the aluminum disc. Why there is aluminum disc? Why not other metal? Because aluminum is the less weight than other. Aluminum is less weight than other. After that, we have registering mechanism. In registering mechanism, if the disc is rotated, then it can count how many number of revolution in the reduced range. In rotating disc, it will be connected to the spindle, and the spindle is connected to the reduced train gear, and it should count how many number of unit it can consume by my load, by my home or any other appliances. Okay. After that, we have discussed about this. Working principle. Working principle we have to discuss about it. It has a integrated type instrument. Why? Because it can calculate how much energy consumed by my load, or it has no controlling curve. It has no controlling curve. It has no controlling curve, or it has this working principle is based on the induction type experiment. Because why this induction type experiment? If we apply a supply voltage, the voltage will be proportional to its current, and it will develop a flux to the mirror to the aluminum disc. The flux will proportional to the current, and the current will be proportional to the voltage. And this changing in flux should be proportional to the current. Current also proportional to the voltage. In value of electromagnetic induction, we study that if the changing in flux is linking to the coil, it should develop an EMF in the aluminum disc. So here it should develop an in the disc. It should develop an EMF. It should develop an EMF in the disc. This EMF is known as Schonfield EMF, and this EMF should develop a current which will known as ED current. Okay, this ED current, and after that we have to supply the load. This series magnet should develop a flux. It should also a time varying nature. If a time varying nature flux linking to the coil, it should have a EMF developed in the aluminum disc. This EMF is also known as ED EMF. It is series field EMF. ED series field EMF. This EMF also develops a current. It is also known as ED current. Series field ED current. There is a 2 ED current in the aluminum disc. Okay. So after that we have two field. One is high SS and another is high SC, which will set up a ED current in the both side of the disc. And after that we have discussed about what is torque. Torque is nothing but a force which should move to the disc. Here it is, torque is defined as phi into I, flux into current. Here there is a two fluxes link. I1, I2. I2 should develop a EMF such as high ESH, and it should develop a current. ED current, ED current, IESH, and it should develop current I1, and here a voltage ESC, ED voltage, and it should develop a current like ISE, ED current. The torque is nothing but the flux and currents relation. Here the current IESH, ED current IESH, and here the flux ESC, which will give a torque to move the rotating disc to some direction. Okay. First, IESH into I1 from next torque phi SE into I2. Both torque will give the aluminum disc to rotate in a certain direction. If we kept to rotate the aluminum disc. We have to does not know about that the load if the load is not connected. If the load is not connected, we have to does not consume any power. We have to does not consume any power means load is nothing but zero. Load zero, something the disk is also rotating. Why disk rotating? Because of series magnet of flux is also zero. Why series magnet flux is zero? If load is disconnected, the series magnet flux is जीरो तो सीरीज मैग्नेट फ्लक्स जब जीरो होगा तो इस वक्त क्या होगा शॉर्ट मैग्नेटिक फील्ड का फ्लक्स सप्लाई वोल्टेज इज इन पैरेलल टू द शॉर्ट मैग्नेट and shunt magnetic field will give the disc to rotate. If the disc is rotate, the spindle will also rotate. The spindle will also rotate. The reduced strain here will calculate how many number of times the unit is consumed by meter. So it is a very type of serious problem. You do not consume any power, but still the disc is rotating. It is very serious problem, and you should see that there is a unity which will give the and my money is also there. Okay. The is a setting coil which is connected in this magnet because the setting coil is made up of copper. It is here because gives the phase displacement of voltage and current to the 90 degree. This copper band or copper setting band, this copper setting band gives phase displacement of 90 degree of voltage and current. So it gives more inductive than series magnet. So we use copper setting band here. After that, we should discuss about the Phasor diagram. First of all, we should know that in the lagging circuit, voltage is lead behind current and current is lags behind voltage. But in case of leading circuit, voltage is lags behind current and current is leads the voltage. Also we should know that about the resistive circuit. In resistive circuit, voltage and current should be in the same phase. There is no phase displacement between of this voltage and current. So we should call that it has no phase displacement or no phase lag. No phase lag between voltage and current. We should have no phase angle between voltage and current. After we should discuss about the Phasor diagram. First of all, it is a inductive circuit, pressure coil. So we give a reference voltage source V, and current is pressure coil current should be in lag behind the voltage. Pressure coil current should be lag behind the voltage. We should be 90 degree. In the purely or perfectly inductive circuit. But if it is not pure, then the IP should be some phase lag. It is not pure. So it is pressure coil its flux high SS should be in same page. Why? Because if we give the supply to the shunt magnet, it gives a flux that is phi SS. So current and flux phi SS is in same page. After that, you should say about the series magnet. It is high resistive and low inductive. But in case of shunt magnet, it is more inductive and less resistive. Why? Inductive is proportional to n square. If number of turns is increasing, then inductance also increasing. Here is a setting coil which is connected in this magnet because the setting coil is made up of copper. It is here because gives the phase displacement of voltage and current to the 90 degree. This copper band or copper setting band, this copper setting band gives phase displacement of 90 degree of voltage and current. So it gives more inductive than series magnet. So we use copper setting band here. After that, we should discuss about the phasor diagram. First of all, we should know that in the lagging circuit, voltage is lead behind current and current is lags behind voltage. But in case of leading circuit, voltage is lags behind current and current is leads the voltage. Also, we should know that about the resistive circuit. In resistive circuit, voltage and current should be in the same place. There is no phase displacement between of this voltage and current. So, we should call that it has no phase displacement or no phase lag. No phase lag between voltage and current. It should have no phase angle between voltage and current. After we should discuss about the phasor diagram. First of all, it is a inductive circuit, pressure coil. So we give a reference voltage source V, and current is pressure coil current should be in lag behind the voltage. Pressure coil current should be lag behind the voltage, which should be 90 degree. The purely or perfectly inductive circuit. But if it is not pure, then the IP should be some phase lag. It is not pure. So it is pressure coil. This current is IP. Current IP and its flux high SS should be in same page. Why? Because if we give the supply to the shunt magnet, it gives a flux that is phi SS. So current and flux phi SS is in same page. After that, you should say about the series magnet. It is high resistive and low inductive. But in case of shunt magnet, it is more inductive and less resistive. Why? Inductive is proportional to n square. If number of turns is increasing, then inductance also increasing. And some additional word copper shading band also used to increase its inductance up to 5. So it is more resistive than copper setting band or shunt magnet. or it is current through this load or current through this, it is known as I2 or known as I1. Current through this series magnet, so it is called as I2, and high AC. I2 or IC current in current coil should be in same phase. Why? Because if we give the supply to the series magnet, it gave out flux. So current and flux is in same phase. After that, we should discuss about the DC voltage and DC current. Here, some voltage high ESS develop, and here high ESC develop. So that is ESC develop, that is ESH develop. ED voltage in the due to the short field, and ED voltage due to the series field. That is, due to the series field, it gives the flux to the aluminum disc, and here due to the electromagnetic induction, here some ED voltage should be generated. After that, ED current should be developed. When ED voltage should be in 90 degree. ED voltage should be in 90 degree to the voltage should be in 90 degree to the current one. That is E high E S E. ED current, series coil ED voltage. Series coil ED voltage, that is in 90 degree. And after that, short magnet. In short magnet, it is also there. Here also some short field ED voltage should be developed in the short field ED voltage should be developed in the disc. So if we give the current, it should give out its flux. So current and flux should be in the same phase, and after that it gave rise, create a ED voltage, and this voltage should be in 90 degree. This voltage should be in 90 degree to the pressure coil current, that is IP or I1. ED voltage, and after that EMF induced in the series, and here EMF induced in the sound field, and we should give out the ED current due to the sound field. ED current due to the sound field. The ED voltage should be developed in the series field, should be lead, and this ED current should be in the lag behind the ED voltage developed in the series field in the aluminum disc. And here is also sound field ED voltage should be lead, and its current should be in lag. All are inductive. here. So short field voltage should be lead and short field eddy current should be in lag. It should have lead to the ESC series eddy current eddy voltage, and it should be short field or short field eddy voltage should be in lead and short field eddy current should be in lag. That is IESH. We should discuss about this order. That is V is the supply voltage, V is the supply voltage, and IP is the pressure coil current. Pressure coil current IP, or it is I2 or I1 slash IC. It is also known as current coil. Current coil or shunt magnet. Correct. And high SS should be shunt field flux line, and high SS should be series field flux line. High SS would be series field. High SS should be shunt field flux line. High SS should be series field flux lines. And here ISH, sorry, ESH should be the eddy voltage. Eddy voltage developed due to shunt magnet. Due to the shunt magnet. Due to the ESC is also known as eddy voltage. Eddy voltage developed due to series magnet. And ISC is also known as, and IESC is known as eddy current developed due to series field the voltage, and IESH is also known as the current developed due to sound field PD voltage, sound field PD voltage, that is ESH, or that is ESE. After that, we have a short-term problem in energy meter, that is crimping. What is crimping? Crimping means, what is crimping? Crimping means if we do not use any power or not consume any electrical energy, but the disk is rotating and unit should be increasing. So we don't consume any power, but unit is here represented. It is also a very serious problem. So we have to avoid this type of problem. And if we do not utilize any power or we do not consume any power, that is known as our load current. Our load current should be equal to 0. So here is no current. We do not consume any power. The disk is rotating. Why the disk is rotating? Because the sound field flux is also kept effect on the disk. Why this kept effect? If we give the supply, the load do not consume any power, but the sound field is kept in parallel to the supply, and it also affect the disk. So the disk will rotate. So if the disk will rotate, the pointer also, the spindle also rotate. Spindle also rotate means reduced strain here also increasing and my unity also increasing. So this is a very serious problem. We should avoid this type of problem. Why we have how we avoid? कैसे हम avoid करेंगे? We have to keep two holes. We have to keep two holes. We have to keep two holes near the side edge of the aluminum disc. When the sound field kept impact on the aluminum disc, it should be passes through the holes and gives a vacuum torque which should not rotate the disc. In other case, first case is to keep a hole. Kept a hole in the two side of the disc. Two side of the disc. And second one is we kept a permanent magnet near the disc. We kept permanent magnet near the disc, that is the flux should be attracted to the permanent magnet or iron piece, or permanent magnet or iron spring, that is there no impact or no force to the disc. Or there is two or serious problem is here in the energy meter that is overload compensation or over voltage compensation. One is over voltage compensation. Over voltage compensation. In over voltage compensation, if the supply is over voltage, if the supply is over voltage, the high SH, the this I2 current should be depends upon the supply voltage. If supply voltage is increasing, this current is increasing. If this current is increasing, that the high SH should be increasing. So we have to keep that high SH should be not impact to the aluminum disc. So we kept an iron bar that is near the middle edge of this two electromagnet and here two electromagnet. If some over voltage condition is occur, if some over voltage condition will occur, then there is a much more flux will be impacted to the aluminum disc. So if the much more flux will be impact to the aluminum disc, this way the flux should be bypassed to this flux should be bypassed to the iron disc. This also, this flux should be bypassed to the aluminum disc. Bypassed to the iron plate. That is no impact to the aluminum disc. So aluminum disc is not rotated. Aluminum disc is also not rotated. Means spindle is not rotated. Spindle is not rotated means there is not much more effect or not much unity is here. And if there is a condition of overcurrent, overcurrent. If somehow if the supply voltage is given and the load there is much more current to the load, if there is much more current to the load, the series magnet flux should be in much more than short field. How? Due to the overcurrent, the current should be more and the flux setup will be more. This much more flux that impact to the aluminum disc. So aluminum disc will be more rotating, and aluminum disc will be more rotating means spindle will also be more rotating. Spindle will also more rotating means the unity there so RTG reduced strength here is more number of unity we have to see. So we have to decrease that overcurrent condition. How we decrease? So we have kept a iron plate that is in between the series magnet. If the much more amount of flux is passed to the aluminum disc, it should be bypassed to this iron plate. that is does not impact to the aluminum disc. So no flux should be passed to the aluminum disc. So there is not much more rotating the aluminum disc, not much rotating the spindle. Okay, so we have to decrease, we have to decrease the overcurrent compensation. We have to decrease the overcurrent. Okay, that is the two compensation method, that is over voltage compensation and overcurrent compensation. Over voltage compensation and overcurrent compensation. One of the final review of this energy meter is that it has no controlling term. It is an integrating type of instrument, and it should be gave supply as a AC supply. And if we measure its unity 1 kilowatt hour, it means that 1 unity. 1 unity means if we consume 1 kilowatt, that is 1000 watt in 1 hour, that is 1 unit of consumption. Here we should two types of magnet, that is shunt magnet, another is series magnet. Shunt magnet should be a shunt coil that is more number of turns than series coil. It has more lag, and more lag, that is more inductive and less resistive. It has more resistive and less inductive. It should be kept in parallel to the supply and then kept to the series to the supply to this series machine. Here is the braking system, and this braking system should be provided that if the disc is rotating in the faster rate, it should be kept a opposite flux and should be kept a opposite flux and it should be controlled. And here is the phasor diagram of this energy meter. Pressure coil current should be lag behind the supply voltage in ideal condition. In practical condition, it has some phase lag difference between the supply voltage, and in current coil it has more resistive. It has more resistive, so it is nearer to the voltage. And current coil current and the EMF induced in the series EMF induced ED EMF induced in the aluminum disc should be lag behind the 90 degree, and in same way shunt field also lag behind the 90 degree, and the current should be in the lag behind in the ESC to the IESC, and IESC current should be the lag behind the EESC. And there is an over voltage compensation. We should use two magnets in between them, that is no impact or no flux impact with the aluminum disc. The disc is made up of aluminum because it has no weight, and it has high weight to torque ratio, and the overcurrent compensation should be compensated by this way, that is one series iron piece should be kept in between them, that no fluxes should be impact to the iron disc.